Starting off with the LA Angels, I have Kevin Pillar. At 35 years old, it looked like Pillar was probably winding down with his career. When Mike Trout got injured, though, the Angels signed him for this season, and he's been putting up some stupid numbers, hitting .330 with an OPS over 1,000 so far. He should be a good trade piece at the deadline. For the Houston Astros, I have Ronel Blanco. The Astros haven't looked good this year so far, but one guy who's come out of nowhere is Ronel Blanco. For most of his pro career, he was in the minors and was mostly being used out of the bullpen in his first couple of seasons in the major leagues. This year, though, he's been a starter full-time and has an ERA under 3 while also throwing a no-hitter in April. For the Oakland A's, I have Mason Miller. Mason Miller has been quite the story this year. As one of the A's top prospects, he had a UCL sprain in his elbow and came back late last season. To help ramp his innings up slowly, the A's decided to use him as a reliever, and wow, has it been something to watch. He's consistently pumping 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, and he's taken to the closer role seamlessly, posting an ERA just above 2 and a FIP of 1.43 with 16 strikeouts per 9. For the Toronto Blue Jays, I have Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. IKF's best ability has basically been as a utility player in Major League Baseball, but this year so far he's posted a 105 WRC+, the best of his career. He's also on pace to post the best Fangraph WAR of his career, which currently sits at 1.3 through 60+ games. For the Atlanta Braves, I have Reynaldo Lopez. When the Braves signed Lopez, people were thinking it would be as a back end of the rotation starter or even as a swingman in the bullpen. Instead, he's turned into one of the Braves' best pitchers and one of the best pitchers in baseball, period, posting a 1.85 ERA through 11 starts, which ranks second in all of Major League Baseball. For the Milwaukee Brewers, I have Joey Ortiz. The one thing about the Brewers in recent years is they've always had good pitching with an offense that's lagged behind it. This year, though, they traded their best pitcher in Corbin Burnes and brought in one of the Orioles' top prospects in Joey Ortiz, and he's been great in his rookie season. So far, he's been one of the Brewers' best hitters, posting a 142 WRC+ with an OPS near 900. For the St. Louis Cardinals, I have Lance Lynn. The Cardinals got off to a slow start this year, but have played better as of late. One guy that's been steady for them, though, is Lance Lynn, who returned to St. Louis this past offseason. After a terrible 2023 season, he's been solid, posting an ERA in the mid-3s with a FIP below 4. For the Chicago Cubs, I have Shota Imanaga. One of the biggest surprises this year, Shota Imanaga has been sensational. Coming into the year, scouts were very high on his stuff despite the lack of velocity and viewed him as a mid-rotation starter. Instead, he's turned into the Cubs' ace and one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, posting an ERA below 2 and a FIP below 3 with 9 strikeouts per 9 and 1.4 walks per 9. For the Arizona Diamondbacks, I have Jake McCarthy. A couple of years ago, McCarthy posted some solid numbers, but he fell off a cliff last season, which included being sent back down to AAA. This year, though, he's gotten himself right, posting a 124 WRC+ while hitting .282 with an on-base percentage of .368. For the LA Dodgers, I have Gavin Stone. Regarded as one of the top pitching prospects in baseball, ranked number 56 in 2023, Gavin Stone had high expectations coming into this year. Usually, though, we see pitching prospects take a good amount of bumps, but so far, minus a couple of down starts, Gavin Stone has been fantastic in the Dodgers rotation. Overall, through 12 starts, he's posted a 2.93 ERA, 3.47 FIP, and he's doing a great job at keeping the ball in the yard, only allowing 0.67 home runs per 9. For the San Francisco Giants, I have Jordan Hicks. Before this season, Hicks was mostly used out of the bullpen in his career, but the Giants signed him to be a starter, which was definitely a head-turning move. Well, let's just say it's worked out and then some. Through 13 games, he's posted an ERA of 2.82 and a FIP of 3.81. For the Cleveland Guardians, I have David Fry. Coming into the season, the Guardians lineup looked questionable minus Jose Ramirez and Josh Naylor, but one guy that stepped up in a big way is David Fry. Fry looked more like a player that could provide some depth in the organization, but he earned a promotion last season after a great year at AAA. He's carried that momentum into 2024 in a big way, posting some ridiculous numbers. Through 46 games, he's hit .333 with an OPS over 1,000, a ridiculous WRC+ of 196, along with 8 home runs. For the Seattle Mariners, I have Josh Rojas. The Mariners acquired Rojas last season in a trade with the D-backs, but up to last season, he's only averaged a .254 batting average with a .698 OPS in his first 5 seasons. This year, though, he's posting his best numbers yet, hitting .270 with a .732 OPS. For the Miami Marlins, I have Ryan Weathers. There's not much going on with the Marlins this year, but they have once again gotten a lot out of a young pitcher, and this time, it's Ryan Weathers. Last season, he was brought to Miami in a trade for Garrett Cooper, which showed the Padres had pretty much just given up on him. It was understandable considering he'd only posted an ERA of 5.88 through his first 3 seasons. This year, though, he's been solid, posting an ERA of 3.55 while striking out 8.5 batters per 9. For the New York Mets, I have Luis Severino. Severino always had the talent, but since his excellent 2018 season, he's been battling non-stop injuries. This year, though, he seems to be the healthiest he's been for quite some time, posting a 3.25 ERA and a 3.73 FIP through 12 starts. If he keeps this up, he'll be an attractive trade piece at the deadline. So this weekend, I'm going to Boston to see the Red Sox and the Yankees play in person for the first time in my life. For me, though, when it comes to traveling, I try to keep things as light as possible, and one thing I've been looking to upgrade in my life is this chunky thing I call a wallet. Luckily for me, though, today's partner for this video, Exter, has this amazing card holder that's a lot thinner, holds all of my cards in place, and with one push of this button, all of the cards come out quickly and easily accessible. What I also love about Exter's products is they're made of high quality materials, so they're guaranteed to last a long time. One of my favorite products from Exter, though, is this Finder card, which makes your wallet trackable, and that's amazing for me considering I've left my wallet in far too many shopping carts. In my opinion, this would be a great gift for dad, and Exter has an amazing deal going for Father's Day right now where you get up to 40% off and at least 30% off on all orders. So down below in the description, you'll find my personalized link, so head on over to Exter and upgrade your wallet game. So with that said, let's get back to the video. For the Washington Nationals, I have Trevor Williams. Up to this point in his career, Trevor Williams has been more of a back end of the rotation pitcher or a reliever, so it's crazy to see the numbers he's putting up this season in Washington. From 2016 to 2023, he posted an ERA of 4.48 and a FIP of 4.66, but this season his ERA sits at 2.22 and his FIP is at 2.80. The big difference has been his fastball, which he's been utilizing more effectively this season. For the Baltimore Orioles, I have Albert Suarez. The Orioles have expectedly been great this year, but one bright spot and a great story flying under the radar a little bit has been 34-year-old Albert Suarez. After multiple years in the minor leagues since 2008, along with a couple of stints at the major league level since 2016, he went to the KBO for a couple of seasons in 2022. This year, though, the Orioles signed him to a minor league deal and called him up in late April. Since then, he's been able to stay in the rotation thanks to some fantastic pitching, posting a 1.83 ERA and a FIP of 2.72. For the San Diego Padres, I have Jerickson Profar. After a down first half of the season last year with the Rockies, Profar was released and eventually returned to San Diego. While he did put up some better numbers in 14 games to end the season last year, no one saw what he's been doing this year as he's turned in some of the best numbers in all of baseball. As of right now, he ranks in the top 10 in Fangraph WAR in all of Major League Baseball, hitting .325 with a .925 OPS, a .170 WRC+, and 10 home runs. Easily the best numbers of his career. For the Philadelphia Phillies, I have Ranger Suarez. When it comes to the Phillies, we all know how good Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola can be, but Ranger Suarez has turned that two-headed monster into a three-headed one. Suarez has become one of baseball's best pitchers this year, which is surprising considering he dealt with injuries last season and has looked more like a mid-rotation starter over the last few seasons. As of right now, he has the 4th highest Fangraph WAR among all pitchers with a record of 10-1, a major league leading ERA of 1.81 and a FIP of 2.62, 9.6 strikeouts per 9, and 1.9 walks per 9. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, I have Jared Jones. While Jared Jones was looked at as one of the better pitching prospects in baseball, it's a bit surprising to see him doing this well so soon as he's posting great numbers in his rookie season. As of right now, he has an ERA of 3.27 and a FIP of 3.76 through 13 starts, striking out 9.5 batters per 9 and only walking 2 batters per 9. For the Texas Rangers, I have Kirby Yates. Back in 2019, Kirby Yates was regarded as the best closer in baseball, but after that he dealt with pneumonia numerous injuries, missing most of the 2020 season, all of 2021, and only pitched 7 innings in 2022. Last season with the Braves, he was fine for the most part, posting an ERA of 3.28, but the FIP was pretty high at 4.63, and he was walking over 5 batters per 9. This season with the Rangers, though, he's looking like the 2019 Kirby Yates, posting an ERA of 0.81, which ranks 5th among all relievers right now, and a FIP of 1.90 at 37 years old. For the Tampa Bay Rays, I have Zach Littell. For the most part, Littell has looked more like a back-of-the-rotation starter in his career, but this year he's posting his best numbers yet. Through 13 starts, he has an ERA of 3.63 and a FIP of 3.30, while only walking 1.4 batters per 9. For the Boston Red Sox, I have Tanner Houck. While Tanner Houck has shown flashes of being a great pitcher in the last few years, he was struggling to find consistency as a starter in the major leagues. After talk of him maybe even being more of a bullpen guy coming into this year, new pitching coach Andrew Bailey got him back on track, and he's proceeded to post some incredible numbers. As of right now, he leads all pitchers in Major League Baseball in Fangraph WAR while posting an ERA of 1.91 and a FIP of 2.22 through 13 starts. For the Cincinnati Reds, I have Frankie Montas. After the last couple of seasons, Montas has dealt with arm issues, which included shoulder surgery in early 2023. This past offseason, the Reds decided to take a flyer on him, and for the most part, it's worked out great. While he has had some bumps and his ERA is in the mid-4s, he's looking healthy, which a lot of people were unsure of coming into the year. For the Colorado Rockies, I have Ezequiel Tovar. Coming into the season after signing a 7-year extension, Tovar had more of a reputation as a good defensive shortstop instead of being an offensive-minded one, as he only posted a 70 WRC plus in 2023. This year, though, the bat is looking great, as he's hitting .294 with an OPS over 800, along with 10 home runs, which ranks in the top half among all qualified hitters. For the Kansas City Royals, I have Seth Lugo. It was only a couple of years ago Seth Lugo was pitching out of the bullpen until the Padres decided to use him as a starter last season. After posting some good numbers, he signed a 3-year deal with the Royals, with most people expecting him to be more of a mid-rotation starter. Instead, he's looking like an ace, posting a 2.13 ERA over 13 starts, which ranks 7th in the major leagues. For the Detroit Tigers, I have Jack Flaherty. After dealing with multiple injuries, Flaherty finally shook that off last season with the Cardinals and the Orioles. While he did start his highest amount of games since 2019, it wasn't exactly a great season considering his ERA was 4.99 and his FIP was 4.36. This past offseason, he signed a 1-year deal with Detroit, and he's looked great through 12 starts, posting a 3.22 ERA and a FIP of 2.71. For the Minnesota Twins, I have Simeon Woods Richardson. The Twins have been up and down this year, but one constant for them is rookie Simeon Woods Richardson, who they acquired in the Jose Berrios trade a couple of years ago. Considering he's a rookie and hasn't pitched much at the major league level up to this point, it's surprising seeing such great numbers, which include an ERA under 3, and he's walking under 2 batters per 9. For the Chicago White Sox, I have Garrett Crochet. Crochet got the fast track to the major leagues after being drafted in 2020, pitching primarily out of the White Sox bullpen. After getting Tommy John surgery and missing all of 2022, he came back in late 2023, pitching out of the bullpen, but this year he's been used as a starter, and the results have been great. Through 14 starts, he has an ERA of 3.33 and a FIP of 2.77, with a solid strikeout to walk ratio, striking out 12 batters per 9 and only walking 2 per 9. He could be a hot commodity at the deadline if the White Sox decide to trade him. And last but not least, for the New York Yankees, I have Luis Gil. Coming into the season with Garrett Cole on the IL, Gil earned the 5th starter job in the rotation, but as of right now, he's looking like the ace of the staff and one of the best pitchers in baseball. As of right now, through 13 starts, he has an ERA of 2.04, which ranks 6th in the major leagues, while striking out almost 11 batters per 9. So that's my list. Tell me what you think down below in the comments. Would you switch any of these players out? Let me know. Let me know some other surprising players as well. If you count on the way out, hit that like button for me, subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you next time.